Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do part 3 where we almost finish it up. There might be a part 4 for some special stuff. But anyway, let's finish it up. All right, so the next thing I want you to do is we're going to go to the crown. And now we're not going to use the gradient mesh. We're going to just use a regular old gradient. All right, so on this one, so we click on our stem or our crown, and we're going to go over here and we're going to fill it with whatever color we think is going to be a good base color. Okay. And then we're going to come over here to the gradient tool, and we're going to double click on it, and we're going to open up this gradient. Okay, and what we're going to do with this is we're going to come over here to our swatches palette. So we're going to open up swatches, and we're going to I'm going to start off with the darkest color we have, and I'm going to drag that over here. So we're going to start with dark, and then we're going to go over to our lightest color that we have and see how that looks. I'm going to replace the black with that, and then I'm going to actually drag this over, and I think I'm going to put just deep black right over there on the very edge. Okay, and you can mess around with this if you want and change the way it looks, and then you can change it to a radial or whatever you want. I think this one works good, and then you can actually adjust it right here. You can move it all around using these handles here. But anyway, I like the way that looks. I think that looks good. Then the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to use the variable width tool. So we're going to go to the properties. We're going to go to the stroke, and I'm going to fill it with black. I'm going to make that black, or I can make it super dark green too if I wanted. Super dark green would look nice. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on that to select it, and we're going to go into the we're going to click on this, and then we're going to go, and from uniform, we're going to change it to make it look something more like this. And it doesn't show up until I increase the size of the font a little bit. So you can see it starts off thin and gets thicker. And then what we can do also is go over to the width tool, and we can say, oh, I want this to actually be a little bit thicker right in this spot. And I want it to be a little thicker or thinner there. So we can mess around with it. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing over here. So we're going to go to our layers. We're going to go to our original body, and it's locked. I'm going to make it visible. I'm going to drag it on top, because you can't actually, once you do the gradient mesh, you can't edit the gradient mesh. Okay, so we're going to click on that. I'm going to click on this, and again, once you use the gradient mesh, you can't do it. So this one has no gradient mesh attached to it. So I'm going to go to it. I'm going to choose a color for the outline. So I'm going to go to the stroke. I'm going to drag. I think I'll use the darkest color for that. Okay, let's try this again. So we want to give this the color of the darkest purple. So we're going to click right here, and then these same swatches pop up, and then we click there and we choose that. And then the same thing, we can increase the thickness how we want, and we can come over here and we can change it to be like uniform or non-uniform, and we can, in the same way, go over to the width tool, and we can like, oh, I want this part to be a little bit thicker than that part. Okay, and let's see if we missed anything. I think that's might be it. Let's go over here and let's see if we missed anything. Yeah, we got most of it. All right, so okay, I think that's good for this video. I'll have one more that's you probably should do, but maybe don't have to. But anyway, I'll do one more video so that we can get all the points.